Good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you can take your seats, feel free to continue enjoying breakfast while we get the program going. And thank you all for coming today through the rain and braving the 32nd, 34th day of the government shutdown. I don't know, I've lost track of count now. Anyway, good morning. My name is Glenn Spencer. I'm the Senior Vice President of the Employment Policy Division here at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And again, I want to welcome you to today's event on best practices to combat human trafficking. As we all know, human trafficking is a global problem. It affects millions of people each year. The Department of Homeland Security estimates that human trafficking is second only to drug trafficking as the most profitable form of transnational crime, and it generates billions of dollars of illicit profit each and every year. But it's more, frankly, than just dollars. Trafficking is modern-day slavery, and its victims share the tragic experience of the loss of their freedom. Now, today's event is happening during National Slavery and Human Trafficking Month, or Prevention Month. During this month, we're working with leaders in the private and public sectors to raise awareness on combating this scourge of modern-day slavery. All of us have a responsibility to help stop human trafficking. And it's important to understand and recognize the signs of trafficking and to understand where and when it might occur. First, we need to understand that traffickers use force, fraud, or coercion to lure their victims and exploit them in commercial, sexual situations or in labor situations. They look for those who are susceptible, including those who are psychologically or emotionally vulnerable, who are experiencing economic hardship, who lack a social safety net, or who are victims of natural disasters or political instability. Second, the trauma caused by trafficking can be so great that many people may not identify themselves as a victim or even ask for help, even in highly public settings. Third, trafficking exists in many different surroundings. And many of us may have encountered a trafficking victim and not even realized it. Because so many are vulnerable to trafficking, victims can be encountered just about anywhere, in residential neighborhoods, airports, bus stations, hotels, even in your place of work. Trafficking occurs throughout the world, both here and abroad. Now, today's event, you'll hear from a broad array of stakeholders on the efforts that they are undertaking to stop human trafficking. So we're fortunate to hear from representatives of the business community and folks, including folks from companies like UPS, Delta Airlines, Deloitte, Walmart, and they all know that the business community brings a unique perspective, voice, and unique resources to combating trafficking. We're fortunate to have some folks here from the Department of Labor to give the view on what the federal government is undertaking in this space, and we're extremely fortunate to be able to hear the powerful story of Jolene Hollis, who will share her personal experience as a trafficking survivor and her insights into how we can all stop this horrible crime. These are all important experiences, perspectives, and stories, and I'm thankful for all the participation of our guests, so to all of them, thank you very much for coming today. And I think what you'll hear from all of them is an important theme that runs through their stories, and that is the need for partnerships. We're all stronger when we work together in this space and in raising our efforts to combat and become aware of human trafficking, to prevent it from occurring, and to help the victims of this crime to recover in everything from personal healing to recovering from the trauma of trafficking, to re-entering society, and to reclaiming their lives. So before we formally begin, I want to extend a couple of other thanks. I want to thank A21 for working with us to develop the guidance document that you've all got on your table. Which is about leading best practices in combating human trafficking in the business supply chain. There's also a one-pager on your table which narrates the results of a recent red team exercise that the Chamber did on trafficking, so I'd encourage you to look at that as well. And then I want to thank all the companies who are here in this room, and thank you for all the efforts that you are undertaking to stop human trafficking. Today we're relaunching, if you will, our Human Trafficking Task Force, under the leadership of Stefan Markulowicz, who I'll bring up here in just a moment. The task force consists of member companies across a wide range of different businesses and industries. Anyone who is here that is not involved with that task force, please let us know. We'd be happy to have your involvement and your engagement. We're looking at undertaking a number of initiatives this year, things like new partnerships, finding ways to better communicate important information between the government, the private sector, and other stakeholders. So there's a lot of things we'll be doing this year. I also want to take a moment to thank the Chamber staff that's helped put this event together, Michael Billett in the back, John Drake, other folks who have worked on this. Thank you for all of your efforts here. So now I'm going to call up to the stage Stefan Markulowicz, who's the head of our task force, who is a shareholder at Littler Mendelson, and Nicole Clifton with UPS. So thanks to both of you for being here today, and the stage is yours.